Good morning, my little peaches. The time is 7:05 on this Friday. We made it. It's
freezing
day.
It's freezing Friday.
Cold. A freezing Friday cold.
And it's going to get worse tonight and tomorrow.
Yes. Oh, let me just tell you about tomorrow. So before we get into anything, I have to do something very important.
Yes.
I have to wish my pumpkin, my firstborn baby, a very happy birthday.
Oh, is it today?
It is today.
Very good.
She turns 37.
How's that feel, Mama?
Weird.
Yes.
She said that yesterday. She goes, Mom, can you believe you have a 37-year-old? And I said, I cannot, and it's weird.
Yes.
Because some days I feel like I'm, still that age in my head anyway. And just to try to associate that, it's hard.
You know what? I remember the point when I was the age, when my daughter was the age I was when she was born.
Yes.
And that's a weird one.
Yeah.
And then now she's, I think my daughter is now the age after I'd already had a divorce and remarried. I mean, you just, once they get up, over 30, it just kind of doesn't matter anymore. But isn't it weird?
It is weird. I'm really struggling with it today.
Something you held as a tiny swaddling baby is now not only driving cars, but voting, and then they're adults.
And I got to hold a tiny swaddling baby on Saturday.
Did you?
Jeff's daughter had come down from Muscle Shoals in Florence because they got massive weather up there.
Yeah, they did.
So they came on down here to avoid all of that. Because she's got the newborn baby.
She needed
3
power
weeks
and
old.
heat and everything.
So they came over Saturday, and I got me some baby snuggles. Oh my gosh! And it did. It threw me back into.
How old's the baby?
Tomorrow he'll be 4 weeks old.
4 weeks, just a little baby. Yeah.
And I tell you, a head full of jet black hair.
Yeah.
He's so beautiful. He is.
There was a time
really
when I
a beautiful
had hair.
baby.
Yeah.
I was loving on it. I was like, oh. Now he squealed one time, and I went, oop. I handed it. She goes, he does that. He's a squirmy baby. He's fine. At one point he held his head up and turned it like this and put his head back down. I could not believe
3 weeks.
I could not believe he had that much strength in his neck.
Yeah, that's neat.
It was wild. It was so wild. But yes, happy birthday,
Pumpkin.
Happy
birthday.
Auburn, my baby Auburn. And yesterday when I was helping Jamie with his show, I produce his show for him, our server at Walk-Ons, her name was Auburn, and she said, I've never heard of anybody else having that name. And I said, well, my pumpkin does.
Yeah,
and
that's
her birthday's
neat.
Tomorrow. Yep. But,
you're like that girl named Crimson Tide for Alabama. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people that do that now, though.
Yeah, but this girl was one of the first.
Yeah.
And she went to Alabama. She has a story about how she was in one of her first big classes at the University of Alabama, and everybody knew her as her friends just knew her as Crimson or knew the story, but the teacher came in and was calling roll and went, oh my God.
An inch.
And the good thing is, since it's so cold already, it shouldn't be icy stuff, it should be snowy stuff.
Right.
So that's far more safe than ice coming down or freezing rain. So they're saying, it's right now, it's beautiful, but the clouds are coming in today. It's going to be really cloudy tonight. That wind's going to kick up horribly, so we could have, like you said, gust up to 30 miles an hour with a wind chill factor. It's going down into the teens, and tomorrow's high is only 27.
Yeah.
And that's with the wind chill factor. I mean, 27's the high. With the wind blowing, it could be
lower.
0.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Sunday, same thing, lower 10s, highs in the mid-30s.
Nasty cold weather for the next couple of days, so be careful.
I am not looking forward to that.
No, me neither.
I get. Woo.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there's Nick. He's probably lost. Go ahead and answer him.
That's our guest.
Yes, it's our guest. We have a guest coming in.
Hello. We're on the air talking about you coming to see us. Where are we now? Uh-oh, he said he pulled up to an address I gave him and he's by a pawn shop.
It should be it's 806.
Did I give you 806 7th Avenue?
7th Street.
I mean 7th Street? Well, you're 7th Street North?
No.
Oh.
We're south.
Oh, we're south. All right. Yeah.
We're across from it's Clanton Tractor, the Kubota. So the orange tractors
we're right
are on the
across
right.
street from a big Kubota dealer. If you go past an AutoZone, we're just down on the left, past it, about a block. We're looking for you. Thank you, man. Bye-bye.
Awesome.
He's 5 minutes away.
It's okay.
He went north.
Okay.
I sent him the thing off the Piper Peach app, so I better look and make sure. Maybe it's wrong. It may say north.
Well,
or he may have put it in wrong.
Oh, I don't know. But we're not taking responsibility for it.
No. I mean,
absolutely not.
You and I got here.
I mean, yeah, we did.
We're here.
So yeah, we have a guest. His name is Nick Stamps. He is a professional yo-yo
trick artist or champion.
But he also has a side gig that he does. Apparently, he's pretty good at that too.
Yeah, he's an MMA mixed martial arts cage fighter, and I've known Nick since he was born. I've known his dad's a great mother and dad are great friends of mine and Mary's, and so we've seen him grow up. And he was always one of these kids that did unusual things, and he was really good at yo-yoing. And I thought, well, yo-yo's just a toy. Well, he competed, and he's got yo-yos worth thousands of dollars, and he did amazing things. And this is when he was like 5 and 6 and 12, And then he started getting into martial arts, and he started taking taekwondo, judo, Muay Thai, and he got into the Brazilian jiu-jitsu, I think it is. Anyway, he knows all these different, so he was competing, and he was doing very well. He's a tall kid, very muscular. He's not bulky muscular. He's that thin, strong. He's got I think he told me he's got 7% body fat or something.
We watched fights over the weekend. We watched the autobiography documentary on Mark Kerr.
Oh, yeah, the famous guy.
Yeah, that was really good. But before that, we had watched some, I guess it was MMA type stuff. Big fight that hubby wanted to watch. I guess that's what it is. Same thing. I don't know. I guess I have to ask Nick.
This is mixed martial arts where you can go in there and you can kick, you can box, you can
whatever.
You can hit.
I think this was like that. Yeah. But there was a guy that was. The other guy was bigger and bulkier, but this guy, you could just tell he had that he was very
like light, slender,
but you could see the ripple cords in his body, and I was like, he's gonna kill this other guy, and he did.
Yeah.
I figured
everybody knows Nick. A lot of his friends know him as Spider-Man, and that's because he's good at that. But he also it's because they called him that. He got a big tattoo on one of his knees.
Of
a spider, a spider web. And
cool.
Yeah, so anyway, we'll be talking with Nick about his journey and what he's up to, because he's fascinating to talk to, and he's also one of these guys. He lives this incredibly healthy lifestyle where he's trying. He worries about his body being as good shape as possible. So he doesn't believe in a lot of taking medicines and stuff, but he does do supplements, and he's very healthy. When he broke a bone one time and he wouldn't go to the doctor. The doctor he goes to is one of those healthy take supplement stuff, and it knitted up like in no time with no
really.
Yeah. So it's interesting. So we'll talk with him coming up in a little bit.
That's awesome. All right. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll thank our morning show sponsors and pop our tops. And then hopefully Nick will have found his way here. So y'all stay with us. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Therese and Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clanton Tractor Studio. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference.
Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience.
I'm not on your side on that one.
We are back. The time is 7:18. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here
Baden
on
likes
Piper
to
Peach
start
Radio.
trouble,
He does,
doesn't
right
he?
in the middle of the break so that we can't finish it up before we go on air.
He's like this to tell us we're about to go live, and he goes, blah, 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 and then you go, okay.
That's the truth.
Yeah,
That is
it
the
is.
truth. Welcome back. Thank you for watching and listening to Morning Mayhem.
Yeah, thank
Teresa
you.
and Dollar Bill here with you this morning.
Be warm. Be warm today.
Yes, our guest is here, but we're going to go over some stuff real quick, and we will get him on, I promise. First, we want to thank our morning show sponsors. Thank you to Chilton Mobile Home Supply, also to Country Financial Insurance, Central Alabama Wellness, Coca-Cola.
I saw you grab your Coke
Oh,
can.
yeah, it's time, y'all. Are you ready? A 1 and a 2 and a...
Oh, that was nice.
that deserves a cheers right there.
That does, because that was not only in sync, it was just off enough to sound like stereo.
Yes, it was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, Tammy. Hope you all are doing well. I also want to thank our Chilton Chamber of Commerce,
Oh, yeah.
Larry Puckett Chevrolet, Putter Up in Pelham, and wow, they've got something going on there.
Boy, they always have.
they do.
are really doing well, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And right now, they're gearing up for their parent-child tournament, which is going to be Sunday, February the 22nd.
Now, is that the kids against the parents, or
I
is
know.
it
I think it's the
families against
yeah,
families,
families
or-
against families. What I
Oh,
think.
that's cool.
Yeah. Again, Sunday, February 22nd. It starts at 1:00. It's an 18-team limit. So if you want to participate, you have to have a reservation. You're either going to call them or you want to go to their website.
Okay.
I think it's putterupbirmingham.com. And the top 3 teams will win prizes. It's $40 per group. And a portion of the proceeds are going to go to Restoring Joy Recovery. And this thing is also sponsored by Titleist. So that's a pretty big deal.
Titleist?
Titleist, yeah.
I couldn't even afford their golf balls when I played golf, hardly.
So,
Pinnacle
yeah.
and Titleist, that was the ones I always liked to play with, and I couldn't afford most of them.
Also, Butterfly Bridge, they are having their, I think it's their Flutter Gala.
Now, what
It's
is Butterfly Bridge?
They are a child's advocacy center here in
Excellent.
Clanton, and they help with abused kids of all different types of abuse, and they act as kind of an intake and a liaison.
Very good.
So
Nothing
they're
wrong with that.
Yep, they're having their gala. It's next Thursday, and if you want to be a part of that, you can get your tickets. Just go to their website, Butterfly Bridge. I think it's .com. But you can look that up, and you can make your time. They said it's going to be, people are going to be dressed up like black tie and formal dresses, and then some will just come after work. But it's going to be bright colors, and they are raising money to be able to continue to provide that
Very
service
good.
for the community.
Where are they going to do it?
At what is this, 6th Street warehouse?
Oh, yeah, right here. Yeah. Up in the middle of town. Yeah.
They're going to do it there.
That's a great place.
Yep. I also want to say thank you to Old Orchard Amish Furniture. Bruce has some of the best stuff out there. Y'all just need to go see him.
And, spring will be coming after this cold snap finishes. And you want to, after all this cold weather, you'll want to sit out on that deck, porch, front porch, back porch, yard, whatever. And he's got some of the best furniture in the world for that.
He does. He absolutely does. They season it up for you. It's already seasoned, so you don't have to do anything when you get home. You can get it plain, but you can get it all seasoned.
With the bones still on it, like a tomahawk. Oh, those are so good with the bones still in them, and they're huge. I like it about 2.5, 3 inches thick. They're expensive. You don't do it often, but oh my God. If I think I'll do it for my birthday or something.
Gulf Shores, Orange Beach area has a place called Big Mike's Steakhouse. And you have to have a reservation to go in there, and their steaks are humongous, and they are delicious. We're getting one up here somewhere, and I don't know where it's going to be.
Really?
Yeah, more local. I want to say it may be like Montgomery area. That's worth the trip to get one of those. Big Mike's. Oh,
I'll look for that.
So good. Yes.
Oh, that's so good.
Also, thank you to This and That Vinyl. They take care of a lot of our T-shirt graphics.
They really
and stuff.
do.
They
Good
take
job, too.
Take really good
need
care of us.
Custom T-shirts and stuff. They're the best.
Yep. So before we have our guests come in, I wanted to. Grape sent me this. Ricky, our field reporter.
Our foreign correspondent.
Yeah, a locally foreign correspondent. He sent me some information, and I just thought this was so interesting because I did not know this stuff. It's about a very well-known songwriter has passed on. He passed away 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
But Chris Christopherson.
I got a story about him, too.
I did not know. He was like he did a lot. He was
a Rhodes Scholar.
He was a Rhodes Scholar.
He taught at West Point.
Yep. He had a military background. He achieved the rank of captain in the U.S. Army.
He flew helicopters.
He was a helicopter pilot. You knew this already.
Oh,
I
yeah,
did not know.
Yeah. He actually got somebody to loan him or rent him a helicopter.
I know it.
And he flew it into the backyard of, what's his name?
Johnny Cash.
Yes. Just to impress him, to give him a song.
A song, which was,
One Sunday Morning Coming Down.
I think it was that one.
Was it?
I think it was. And Johnny Cash was not impressed even one little bit and told him to go.
Take his helicopter and go.
And he said, not until you hear this song. And Johnny Cash said, okay, reluctantly. And he ended up loving the song.
Right.
And
had a hit with it.
Had a hit with it. Number one hit. So he was.
He also was roommates. He lived with, who smokes all the weed?
Willie Nelson?
Willie Nelson. They were living together in an empty room in Tootsie's Orchid Lounge upstairs in the, I think in the 70s, maybe late 60s.
Did not know that
and
either.
And that's back when that part of Nashville was literally nothing but drunks and drug addicts. It was so, tourists didn't go there then. Down on Broadway, it was turned seedy, it was dangerous. And they were two guys living in an empty room on the top floor of a bar because the late Tootsie let them live up there. It was nothing in it. Wasn't even, they just had bedrolls. And that's when they were together is when Willie Nelson got so drunk and depressed one night, he wanted to kill himself, commit suicide. And they were sitting in Tootsie's, and it was a rainy, cold night. Willie went out and laid down in the middle of Broadway hoping a car or a truck wouldn't see him in the dark and run over him.
What?
That's how drunk and depressed he was. And Chris Christopherson finally went out and said, if you'll come back in, I'll buy you a beer. And he got up and went back in.
I'll buy you a beer. I can hear it.
They've actually there's a star in Tootsie's at the end. When you first go in the door, there's the bar starts and goes. There's a star. And that star is Chris Christopherson's star. Now, they didn't do that until the 2000s, the star. I was in Nashville for the CMAs one year, and Mary and I we know the owners of Tootsie's pretty good. And so we were over there one afternoon. I didn't have anything to do for lunch, so we went to Tootsie's and was listening to the in-house band, just drinking a drink and just talking. And I had to get up and go back into the Sommet Center to actually do an interview. So I said, Mary, you want to come with me? Or you want to stay here? She said, I'll be back in less than an hour. I said, I'll just stay here if that's okay. because she was sitting in the window seat. It's a famous table right there in the window next to the bar. So I come back an hour later, and the place had a lot more people in it. It's middle of the afternoon.
You're like, why?
Yeah. And I came in, and Mary said, "Oh, it was fun." He said, I was sitting here, and people started coming in, and people came in with cameras, and they were setting up for something. And she said there was this old guy who came in with the owner, and the owner asked me if he could sit with me, and because they wanted to just get him out of the way while they set up, and he'd be close to the thing. And I said, "Well, sure." And he was very nice and everything. I said, "Well, who was it?" I had no idea what was going on. Yeah. So my wife sat for like 20 minutes.
And didn't know who he was?
Had no clue. And she sat with Chris Christopherson for like 20, 30 minutes and talked with him and just kind of watched him and talked with him. And then they did the ceremony, and then they left. And I missed the whole thing because I had to interview probably some artist that never met, some guy named Joe Jones that never made it again. And I went over and looked at the star, and there was a lot of people in there, but my wife had no idea who Chris Christopherson was. And to this day, I don't know that she still understands. I tried to explain it to her.
She just is not that big on music, I guess?
No.
Okay. Well,
she is, but she pays no attention to artists. She'll tell you right now, the only person she can mention and know who I'm talking about is Alan Jackson, because she loves Alan Jackson.
Okay.
But other than that, they are all just artists.
Did you know, he gave up teaching at West Point to pursue his career in Nashville? Do you know his family disowned him when he did that?
They were all... He's from a well-to-do family, a very educated. They thought he was nuts, and of course he was. Yeah. I mean, you think about it: a man that's a Rhodes Scholar, had honorable service as a helicopter pilot in the Army, teaching at West Point, and he quits to live like a vagabond with no money in Nashville, Tennessee.
And long
back
hair,
then,
longish hair,
in the late '60s.
Wow.
Crazy. And he's written what probably considered one of the most beautiful, classic, wonderful. Sunday Morning Coming Down is it's a masterpiece.
Yes.
I mean, he wrote some other good ones too, but I mean, Me and Bobby McGee, didn't he write that?
He did.
Some others?
For Janis Joplin, yeah.
Yeah, but that one, Sunday Morning Coming Down, is just a masterpiece.
I loved Lord Help Me Jesus. That was one of my favorites. My mom had his 8-track, and I would play that song. I loved it. Gravelly voice.
He's an amazing guy, yeah.
He really wasn't a terrific singer.
He wasn't, but he was an unbelievable songwriter.
Yes, I loved his music. I absolutely loved it.
He was in a lot of movies.
Yeah, he was. All right, it's 7:31. We're going to take a break, and we're going to bring in our guest, Mr. Nick Stamps. We're so excited to have him. Woohoo! We're looking forward to it. So y'all stay with us. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Therese and Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clinton Tractor Studio. We will be right back.
Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-5555. 3550.
Are you tired of big box stores where you're just another number? You deserve better. Furniture that's built to last from people who treat you like family. At Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, we do things differently. As an employee-owned company, we take pride in personal service. We'll listen to what you need and help you find the perfect piece for your home from trusted, top-notch name brand. Whether it's a cozy sofa for movie nights, a dining set built for real life, or a recliner that melts the stress away, we've got you covered. Don't settle for less. Experience the difference at Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, where you're not just a customer, you're family.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
We are back. The time is 7:35. It flipped over right when I was moving it. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Dollar Bill broadcasting live from the Clinton Tractor.
I've seen this young man since he was born. I mean, I watched him grow up. And matter of fact, we were showing pictures the other day of him when he was like 3.
Oh.
In Montevallo. Nick Stantz is with us here. Nick and I've known Nick because his dad and mom are great friends of my wife and mine all since he's been born. So it's really nice to have him on with us. And the reason I brought Nick in here, because Nick fascinates me, for one thing. When he was a little kid, he's Nick, can I tell everybody you're a little bit quirky?
Yeah, yes, you can.
Yeah. And I mean that as a compliment. I do. Because,
Yes,
you know, there's kids and there's that just are a little different.
Yeah.
And Nick's always had a little skewed vision of things in life, as his dad does. So, I
Okay.
mean,
All right.
he got it honest. But he started playing with yo-yos when he was a kid. As I played with the yo-yo, and all I could do
did
was
too.
go down,
Uh-huh.
and up,
And down.
and up.
Same here.
Yes, sir.
Nick would come into my wife's bank, and she'd come home and say, "You're not gonna believe what Nick did today. He came in with a yo-yo, and and then she started talking about how it would fly around the room, and he could walk the dog and do a cradle and
do all the things.
More than all that, and just crazy, and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. He started competing and stuff. It was
You
amazing.
competed?
Yes, man. I used to compete a bunch when I was a kid. I just told him I got big into it when I was a kid because my 2 best friends loved to do
You
it.
say when you were a kid, you look like you're still a kid.
I am still a kid. I was probably in 4th or 5th grade when this happened, but I did it for a few years and I loved it so much, and I started just going to compete all the time. We'd
That
go
is
to
awesome.
Georgia. We'd go to the other parts of Georgia, malls out there in Georgia, Kentucky, Tennessee, all kind of places like that.
Yo-yo.
Yeah.
Yo-yo.
It's amazing. And then, you know, I hadn't seen him in a while, and he's now he's into a lot of things, but he's also our
Yes,
realtor.
sir.
So he's helping me sell my house.
You're
Yeah.
a realtor?
I'm
Yeah.
a realtor. So we're currently selling Mr. Dollar Bill's house over here that we're working on every day. And that's a big part of my life as far as real estate goes. So I'm selling real estate at the moment. I work at the gym where I train mixed martial arts and I cage fight out of. So I'm doing that most of the time. And then in my free time, I'm working on the real estate and everything like that.
So he came to the house to talk
That's
to us
wild.
about putting our house on the
Yeah.
market. And Mary made him bring his case of yo-yos.
Yes, she
So
did.
he's out there on our front porch and just talking like you would to a realtor.
Yeah, and he's just
he
doing
said,
his thing.
You know, here's what we're planning on doing. But while he's doing that, there's these yo-yos or yo-yo flying in all kinds of different. It was crazy, effortless.
Who was your
Yeah.
family that was there
Effortless.
watching?
Do what now?
Who was your family that was there watching with
Oh, yeah,
us?
it was my sister-in-law and her daughter. And no, her granddaughter.
Oh, okay.
Dakota. And Dakota, who was just a kid, got, of course, you know, Nick's a good-looking tall guy anyway, so she's only like 10 or 11, she fell in love with him.
Oh, sure,
and then
she
was
did.
watching that yo-yo stuff. Well, like he said, he does that. He also works in the gym. He's been doing, he started doing, what was your first martial arts? What did you first start doing?
Probably 4.5 years ago, I started doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
The Gracie
Baja.
Yeah, and that is the stuff that mainly grapples, right? That's
so
grappling.
What is grappling? Tell me
Grappling
about
is like wrestling and submissions and choke holds and arm bars and things like that.
So don't mess with you in the dark alley. I got it.
My son took that for years.
Really?
In Boston from a Gracie training facility up there. And what they do is, you know, somebody wants to fight you, somebody's mad, and they're going to swing at you or come at you. You just get them on the ground, and you got them. If somebody knows that Gracie Jiu-Jitsu knows what they're doing, and they're trained up, they'll bind you up. You can't do a thing. They can get you, once they grapple or put you out, you know, just lock you up. That's the thing. They can lock you up, and you just can't do a dang thing, or they can actually take you out. So you went from that, then what was the next thing you started doing?
The next thing I started doing after jiu-jitsu was probably Muay Thai striking, which is different than boxing and kickboxing because you can knee and you can elbow, and then you're head kicking, you're doing all kinds of other violent stuff like that on top of it. And I do all of these things to help me with my mixed martial arts career. So I work at, it's called Gracie Baja Pelham, and what he's talking about is the family that grew up basically creating Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and creating what we do.
They're very famous, the Gracie family.
In Brazil, yes. And my boss and a lot of people that work with me and stuff have come from them and learned from them and things like that. And so I've been there taking in the knowledge for 4 years now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now he's a fresh-faced, young, good, friendly-looking guy.
You, how old are you?
I'm 23 years old.
Yeah,
I was 23 this past
I figured
October.
you were 25. Okay. All right. But I want to ask you this. So,
Yes, ma'am.
because just in my head, I've only seen a couple of things when it comes to the martial arts stuff. Okay. So I think it was Saturday night. Yeah. There was a fight that was on. Is that what you do?
Yes, ma'am.
And then after that, we watched a movie about Mark Kerr.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah.
That was The Rock. He was so good in this movie. It was phenomenal.
I've been meaning to go watch that.
You got to watch that. It is great. I think you would really, really like it. So, Mark Kerr, you know, they started doing the martial arts kind of in the beginning before it got popular. It was not, they did it and they made money at it, but not the kind of money you can make at it now.
Yes.
And the rules were a little different, I think. But so it's kind of in the same realm as that, just so I can get my head around it.
It's the same exact thing that Mark Kerr is doing in the movie, and it's MMA. So that's the same thing, but it was a lot different back then. There was less rules. It was more dangerous. It was more brutal. They did not make as much money, and they did it just because they loved it, and they were just
That's right. That's the only reason
they
did it, because they made okay, but it's not like
it was more about
millions.
The name.
Yeah, exactly. Which he did make a name for himself.
Very
Him
much
and his
so.
friend, who was also named Mark.
Yeah.
But yeah, my son wanted to get into it, and I said no, absolutely not. The thought of him going to kick somebody and getting his little twig leg broken just sent me over, and I was like, no, I'm not paying for that. We did let him do a little karate.
Yeah.
I used to call it kung fu when I was little. My dad, he was a something black belt, like a whatever degree black belt. And I'd tell him, ask him, are you going to go do your kung fu? He'd say, yeah, that's where I'm going. But that's the only, I felt because it was so, it's not like boxing.
Violent,
this is like a whole, it's so violent. It scared me that, that you're going to get hurt, basically,
that's what I just
when
told
you do it.
him out there was that it's funny because what I do is dangerous and maybe more painful, but honestly, boxing is probably more dangerous because it's constant getting hit in the head rather than anywhere on the body, and those guys take a lot of head damage.
That's true.
But it was just as a difficult conversation with my parents about all of this stuff, and it still is today. I've been doing it 4 years,
and they don't like it still. Do they come watch you?
My mom will come watch me at everything, and my dad will come watch me at everything, but both of them are as nervous as can be at any event, whether it be jiu-jitsu or MMA.
Tell me about the one time you got hit pretty good or you got beat up, didn't you, one time? Some guy really got you, and your dad had to leave.
Oh,
he was going to go beat him up?
He was so nervous. It was the last cage fight that I was in May of 2024. And I was doing good. I was fighting hard. I was beating this guy, and then I wound up getting caught. I was exhausted, and I got caught in a submission, a chokehold, and I lost. And before I even sat down on the canvas, my dad was already out of the room, outside chilling, smoking a cigarette so he could relax because he was nervous in there watching me. And I don't blame him. I'd be the same way if it was my kid in there. So let
me ask you. That's a good point. All right, taking karate or judo. it's
Kung
most
fu.
some of that stuff is not particularly. You're sparring, but you're not really fighting.
Right.
Full thing, and it's technique over actual battles. But now, how do you convince somebody, a parent, that you want to do something that's going to actually go beyond that, where you actually are going to fight somebody, where each of you are trying to knock each other out or, win the fight? How do you convince a parent that's okay?
That is a great question. And first off,
because you're teaching this to kids, right?
Oh yeah, yes, sir. I teach kids, adults, all kind of people all the time. But that's a great question.
How
and
young are kids?
Starting at 3 years old.
No.
3 years old all the way up to my age, and we have up to 80-year-old women that train in our gym actually that still compete actively.
They compete?
What? Stop it.
Oh God, that would be a dream come true. If an 80-year-old woman beat me up.
But that is a fantastic. That's a fantastic question, though, just because, first off, I'm extremely blessed and lucky to have parents that are even willing to let me do something that I love and give me the chance to do that.
Right.
So that's number one. Number two is I had to explain to them still to this day for a long time that it's not about just going out there and hurting somebody, and it's not about going out there and getting hurt. It's about all the blood, sweat, and tears and time and dedication you put into your training and honor, and it's go out there and may the best man win.
Now, how many hours of training do you do, let's say, per week or per month?
Ooh.
Like a lot?
2, 4,
How do you
6.
have time to do anything else? You're
He
into...
doesn't. That's what
That's it.
he's.
So
That's
but you do real estate on the side. That's time consuming too.
Extremely. So I love what I do, which is a blessing. If I didn't love what I do, I would not be able to do all of this stuff because it's all the time. But I work at the gym Monday through Thursday and every Saturday. I'm off on Fridays. That's where we're at right now. And basically, if I'm guessing ballpark, I'm training anywhere between like 10 to 12 hours a week, and that's jiu-jitsu classes, judo classes, Muay Thai classes, sometimes wrestling, and then workouts on top of that and running and things like that. And then I work at the gym. So I'm there all the time helping everybody in the place. I'm the program director. So I help everybody.
I didn't know that.
I help everybody in all their positions and all the programs that they're in there and things like that. And then and it is very time consuming. And then when I'm not there, I'm working on my real estate.
You are going to go so far.
I
I'm
appreciate
telling you,
that a lot.
I see you owning your own gym and doing your own thing.
Yeah, I hope so.
And so is it your dream to compete on the level like of the fighting that I saw on Saturday?
This weekend, yes,
Because here's the thing about that. Well, when I watched the movie with Mark Kerr, it showed him in a doctor's office, and an old lady said, "When you're fighting, do y'all hate each other?" And he said, "Absolutely not. We don't hate each other. We are in the ring, we're fighting, and then we're done, and we can be friends." And his best friend, he had to fight his best friend sometimes. Yep. And I just thought that is so wild. I just don't know that I could do that because you pop me one, and I'm going to get mad, and I'm going to have my mad on from now on.
That's extremely common, I feel like, for anybody in the world that does not train to do these things. And a lot of times you think anger can be your friend, but a lot of times in this sport, anger is not your friend. When you get hit and you get mad and you go crazy and try to hurt somebody, that's when you get hurt. And that's when you get got. And
is that part of the training is control?
100%.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
You've got to learn to take a hit and just take the hit and shake it off and keep going.
Keep going with your game plan.
Have you had your bell rung pretty good though?
Yeah, I've had. That's the scariest part. I'm not gonna lie, is because like I love doing jiu-jitsu and I love training MMA, which is the cage fighting, like you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
And I would love to go pro in both of those eventually and be fighting at the level that you're talking about, but it's all give and take because you're taking damage every time you get in there, and normal bodily damage can be managed, but the head stuff is the most dangerous thing.
So I noticed that these guys don't wear any kind of headgear to cover their ears. Is that illegal? You can't wear that? Because I saw that a lot of these guys have that cauliflower ear from getting boxed in the side of the head and the ear. It's common, I guess, with that kind of fighting and boxing. How do you keep that? And wrestlers, just when you're doing that. So how do you keep that from happening?
You could wear the headgear in training and in practice and stuff like that. You can't wear it in a fight, but actually, surprisingly, you get cauliflower ear from getting hit like that. But surprisingly, it comes from wrestling a lot and rubbing your ears up against people and grabbing on real tight and cauliflower ear, and it's almost inevitable. I have some over here in this ear already, and like you said, I've had my bell rung, 2 or 3 times in 4 years of training.
Does it hurt your feelings? You're like, because like with the movie on Mark, I keep referencing this, but on Mark Kerr, it showed a place in there when they were asking him, "Do you think you're going to win? What is it going to be? How are you going to feel if you lose?" And he said, "Well, I've never lost, so that's really not a fair question. I can't answer that from that standpoint because I've never really lost.
Yeah.
I imagine that I would be devastated, and he did lose, and he was devastated, and he took a downward spiral a little bit after that. So, how do you keep going after a loss? How do you say, okay, not my best performance, but I got to do better next time? How do you get that mindset and push yourself forward?
I think that's a great question because I think fighting is more mental than it is physical. I think it's more you're thinking about exactly those questions. What's going to happen? Am I going to lose? Is he going to hurt me? Am I going to hurt him? So it's definitely more mental than anything. But to carry on after a loss like that, if a loss breaks you, then you're not meant to be in there, and you don't enjoy fighting or you don't love fighting. I love to fight, and even if I lose the next 10 times, I'm going to continue to keep competing and continue to fight because I love to do that. And I feel like that's the mindset you got to have. And you can't just fixate on thinking about loss,
I think that's a NASCAR mentality almost, because you got some of these guys that are out there that never win a race, and they're out there keeping on going just because they love the sport, love being in that car, love the feeling of going around that track.
They were born for it.
Well, if you ain't first, you're last. The thing is, this is fascinating to me because I've known Nick all his life. He's not an aggressive human being in the sense that he's not a bully.
I can tell that. Yeah,
he's not.
His
He's not a bully. He's not. He's not. He had that bravado. Now, does your whole mindset change when you take the ring? Because here's the deal. I can't see just an easygoing person hopping in the ring going, okay, let's fight. I mean, you got to be focused and fired up. Do you change your whole mindset, your paradigm shift as a fighter than you are as a reg? Because you're the most nice, easy. I mean that as a compliment.
I appreciate you. Yes, sir.
I have a problem with the disconnect.
Yeah, for sure. I really appreciate that a lot because I value myself in being like that. And also, like I said, I think fighting is more mental than anything. So I think you're 100% correct. And I'm the nicest, most humble person in the world. I have a hard time even doing this and talking about myself right now. But all I'll tell you is, when you're in fight week, you're in the actual week where you're about to go fight, and you're having to cut weight, and you're on a diet, and you're already angry, and you're kind of irritable, and things like that.
You're hangry is what you are.
You're in a different mindset, and at that point, yes, there's definitely a huge shift. There's a shift from everyday average Joe, nice guy, to shifting into the confident, focused, and tunnel vision mindset of I got to go in there and do my job. And
confident, I like that. I never thought about that. You got to be. It's not you got to be mean. You got to be confident.
And you got to have tunnel vision. And like I said, have a game plan. You can't let yourself get super riled up the first time you get hit. You got to stick to the plan, and you got to keep executing.
Now, like many of these other sports, do you actually, if you know you're going to fight Joe Blow next week, do you look at him and learn his weaknesses and his strengths and all that?
Like
do you actually?
Footage,
And how do you do that? Are there videos? Can you talk to? How do you find out if you're not just that familiar with the guy you're going to fight?
So at amateur level, at my level right now, sometimes it might be super hard to find videos on the guys I'm fighting. If I went to book a fight right now, they might give me a guy that's got no videos out there whatsoever and no anything. And at that point, I just have to come up with the best game plan that I have for my fight and go in there and do my thing. Whereas if you get to a professional level, then you get to go and really study your opponents for like 2 months before your fights and watch how they fight and learn habits and things to work on for that specific fight.
While you're teaching people and you're having these classes and stuff, and people are getting better and better at it, can you see potential, or do you see some students, they're doing it mainly not to be fighters, they're just doing it for fitness and just to hone their skills. Can you see when somebody seems more exceptional than others, that they seem to have a natural ability to do well at the sport?
Yes, and that's not because of my own mentality. That's because of the great coaches that I have around me, because I have multiple time world champion coaches in my gym, my boss, my 3-4 other coaches that all compete, and they all have helped me obviously over 4 years to see those things and to be aware of those things, right? But also, like you said, we have people that come in the gym that just love to train and they don't even compete, and then you have people that go, as hard as they can go and compete all the time. But I feel like you definitely can see that potential, and it's honestly just in habit. When you start to see somebody that shows up every day, you kind of just know sometimes.
Does that help you assess your opponent?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Huge.
Imagine it would,
Yes, very much so.
That's neat.
If you're just joining us, Dollar Bill and Therese, we're here on Piper Peach Radio. We have a guest, Nick Stamps, and wow,
Spider-Man.
He's extraordinary young man. He does professional yo-yo, martial arts, and he's a realtor.
And can whoop your butt.
And he can whoop your butt. Yep, he can whoop your butt.
Which is what I like as a realtor.
Or he's whooping your butt.
Yeah. See, I like that in my realtor. You want to buy my house? Buy it. He's gonna whoop your butt.
Whoop your butt.
I'll fight for you. Yeah, I do appreciate you guys having me on this morning.
No,
Absolutely.
I find it
I've enjoyed
fascinating.
this.
Yeah,
But
me too.
I want to know, did you come empty-handed?
This morning?
Yeah.
I did.
You did not bring a yo-yo.
I don't have a yo-yo
You
with me.
knew you were going to be on this show talking
I
about
didn't know I was going to
yo-yoing.
do whip it out. If I would have known, I would have brought a whole case and done it right in front of the camera.
Okay, you're going to come back.
Okay.
And we're going to set you up, and we're going to let you yo-yo for
Okay.
us.
Hold me to it.
We'll make sure
He's
it's
amazing.
on Friday.
It's amazing.
Because the last time I had seen anybody do yo-yoing like that, I was probably, I don't know, 9 or 10 years old in elementary school, and the yo-yo guy would come to our school and do it.
Yes.
And then they would sell yo-yos. Everybody wanted
All
to
the time,
light up
yeah.
yo-yos
You
and
know,
stuff like
I've
that.
forgotten the Duncan
Yes.
Duncan yo-yo company used to send people to the school.
schools.
That almost seems unfair to me. That's like that's almost like the
Yeah.
crack dealer sending, a crack
That's
dealer
exactly
to the
what
school.
it was. That's exactly
That's
what.
hilarious. though.
Yeah.
Are there many, all right, we're in Clanton, Alabama. Are there studios down here, or what do you call them, gyms that can help train people into some of these exotic, like the Muay
Mixed martial
Thai and
arts?
all that? Yeah, mixed martial
You know,
arts.
I have not actually looked down here. If I'm just guessing. But if I'm guessing, I'd be willing to bet there's probably like 2 or 3 mixed
Yeah.
martial arts or jiu-jitsu gyms or kickboxing or karate, something like that around here. I'd almost be willing to bet. There's always some hole in the wall, smaller local businesses because people like me that love that stuff. You know what I mean?
And you got to have it everywhere. You don't want to have to drive 2 hours or an
Yeah.
hour to get to your gym. So, when I was coming up, Nick, there was only, when I was a kid, there was no, this is years before the TV show Kung Fu and Bruce Lee was just.
All that stuff, yeah.
All I remember is the original was judo,
Yes.
and then there was karate, and then taekwondo. And I think people these are all 3 different disciplines,
Yes.
right? So judo, if I remember right, was more Korean,
Japanese.
Japanese. Taekwondo.
I'm really not sure. I want to say Japanese as well.
Are these things still used? Do you still study judo? Because judo seems like one of the old things from World War II.
So there's, like you said, there's a lot of different arts, and they all get confused with each other, and people may not necessarily know all the differences between them.
Muay Thai and all that stuff.
But like, for example, all of those arts that you just named, they're all still studied today. It's all preference and what you like and what type of fighter you want to be and things you want to do, right? But for me, at all the things you just named, I still train judo. So along with my jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai, I still train judo.
Judo
is
really?
one of the oldest and most traditional martial arts. It's in the Olympics like wrestling is.
Right.
And just so you know, judo is it's like grappling, like jiu-jitsu, but it's takedown. So you're flipping each other, you're tripping each other, you're
okay.
throwing each other, a sweep, stuff like that, and it's just very useful for the whole fight.
He was the considered one of the most deadly men in the world, and I think he's not anymore. Obviously, I think there's been other
Well, he's
people that
also
kind of
80
taken over.
and 300 pounds.
Yes, he looks completely different.
Way
So
different.
what was his form of what he did? Because people would challenge him to a fight, and he'd say, "Okay, when and where?" And they went, "I was just kidding." They didn't want to do it.
I want to say don't quote me on this, but I want to say he studied a lot of Krav Maga and hand fighting and like the art of hand fighting and like yes, things like that.
Okay.
And he was really good at one point, a very serious good guy. But like he said, a lot of it's acting nowadays. He's a different guy nowadays than what he used to be. But yeah, for sure. I want
You
to say
look
it's
at
Krav Maga.
him and who's the
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris.
That's what I was
Oh
about to
man,
say,
What
yeah.
was Chuck Norris?
I still love me some
Kickboxing.
Chuck
He was
Norris.
kickboxer, maybe.
And he was legit. Chuck Norris was a real,
he was a
real
world
fighter.
champion. Yeah.
Big time. Him and
then,
Bruce Lee.
Of course, the famous Bruce Lee. And I remember I watched a video a couple of years ago, about Bruce Lee, who was what was his discipline? Was it mainly?
It was mainly kickboxing, I want to say,
Kickboxing.
yeah, things like that. But he studied other arts too.
He did. And that's what they said made him so deadly at the time, was his fluid motion and his ability to pull in other disciplines that caught people off guard.
Be
And
like
he
water.
could defend against anything. Didn't matter what your discipline was. He was just a master. It wasn't him hurting you. It was you couldn't hurt him. That
yes,
kind
sir.
of thing. He stayed light and fluid, and that's fascinating to me because I saw this documentary where he secretly fought the world's best. It was I forgot what the discipline was, and they wouldn't do it in public. It was artist against artist, respect. And they did it in secret with only about 80 people watching that were nothing but the top in their field. And it was a draw.
Wow.
And it was a woman. And she...
What?
Yes, a woman. She was considered the top. I forgot. She was Korean, I think. And she was the world champion, and nobody had defeated her, and men or women. Now, this was not woman against... But they'd never put a woman against... And they put this fight up with him and her, but it couldn't be for money. There's no picture of it.
That's so cool.
Couldn't carry a camera in there or anything.
awesome.
Not even really bragging rights. It was
No,
just...
it was artist against artist. They both respected each other, and they just wanted to see. They both wanted to see what would happen. Man against woman, artist against artist. That discipline against his, and they fought 8 rounds at 3 or 5 minutes a round, whatever it goes, and it was a complete draw. Neither one of them could defeat now they hurt each other a little bit,
right?
But no one even came close to defeat. They were that well balanced and that's amazing.
Awesome.
That is awesome.
It was the most. I was at the end of my seat the whole time watching this video, and there's no video of the fight. It's all the story.
Stories, yeah, that's
and
super cool.
And it was amazing. And they both came out, and they started out light, feeling for each other, just to see who could do. And she was very aggressive at the beginning. And by the end of it, they were both exhausted. They were hurt, but it was a complete draw. And
I guess they bowed at the end.
And they did a really deep. I didn't realize this, but apparently the bow, if it's just kind of a shallow bow, that's honor. But if it goes to a deep, long bow, that is respect. And they did.
I love it.
This was back in the 70s.
Who would you say now is the
top of the heap?
Top of the heap. Yeah.
It's so that's so
Is there
tough.
one star? Is there one big, like Bruce Lee? Nobody could top that. As far as just being such a
star.
What about now?
As far as skill set and now, I will say that the game has evolved immensely since then, and there's so much more talent in the world as far as that stuff goes now.
Wow.
And so, like in the UFC, there's a lot of guys that are amazing, but there's some that are just like tip top. One name that I would throw out there for me is Alex Pereira. He's a 205-pound fighter in the UFC, and he's just got that weird thing where he just knocks everybody out. If he touches you, you're going to sleep, and it's just really weird. He's just one of those guys who's got that touch, man. So that's
what's it? Alex Ferreira?
Alex Pereira. He's from Brazil. Yeah.
Okay. From where?
Brazil.
Now, I was looking at you when you came in, and I was like, he doesn't have any more. You do. You have a little bit of a recovering shiner right here under your eye.
He got popped in the eye.
You got
I'm lucky.
Tell him how that happened, because it wasn't in a fight.
I was in judo, so it's grappling, so you're not supposed to be punching each other and stuff like that. But I got this guy off balance, and he turned to catch his balance, and when he turned 180, he hit me with the elbow right in my eye. I'm really lucky today because it's not that bad. 2 or 3 days ago, it was black and swollen shut, and I couldn't hardly open it. And so I'm looking a lot better today than I was.
Good.
Wow. Okay, so talk about. We got to take a break. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, I want to talk to you about your exercise. I guess your exercise, but your health regimen, how you stay fit, and then what time is Justin coming? Is he here? He's not. Okay. All right. We'll take a break and we'll come back and we'll continue talking with Nick Stamps, Teresa and Dollar Bill, broadcasting live from the Clayton Track Studio. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs, all conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
Are you tired of big box stores where you're just another number? You deserve better. Furniture that's built to last from people who treat you like family. At Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, we do things differently. As an employee-owned company, we take pride in personal service. We'll listen to what you need and help you find the perfect piece for your home from trusted, top-notch name brand. Whether it's a cozy sofa for movie nights, a dining set built for real life, or a recliner that melts the stress away, we've got you covered. Don't settle for less. Experience the difference at Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, where you're not just a customer, you're family. I'm gonna end up.
He did it again.
Time is 8:06.
The second before we go, but he's gonna throw you a curve, and then you put a monkey in the. Oh, we're back. Okay.
You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Dollar Bill, along with our guest Nick Stamps. You are an interesting young man.
Thank you very much.
I mean, you're 20. You said 23.
Yes, ma'am.
You've already lived 2 lives. I feel like so when you were a kid, I mean,
a quirky kid,
and you picked up a yo-yo. How did you? At what point did you realize, hey, I can be really, really good at this?
At that?
Or do you obsess on stuff? That's what I want to know.
I obsess on stuff.
Yeah,
big time.
I can tell you that.
I obsess on stuff. So like when I started doing that, I was never done it before, and then all of a sudden I'm all in. Buying $300, $400, $500 yo-yos along with my friends and everything.
What?
And, oh yeah, big time.
Yo-yos cost that much?
Oh, listen, he came over with a little case of like 8 yo-yos. Now, you know what a yo-yo looks like, right?
Yeah.
You've seen there's 2
Round,
yo-yos I know of.
has string in the
Plastic
middle.
one with the string in the middle that says Duncan. That can be colorful. And then there's the butterfly yo-yo,
Yes.
None of his look like any of those. And they're metallic. Most of them are metal.
Or titanium.
And they look like something out of a high-quality NASA machine shop.
Okay. So, with that said, tell me why the yo-yos are like that? What is it about them being like that that it makes it easier to do tricks and things like that? Is the string different? Tell all that. Okay.
So for most kids, they have your normal yo-yos, like your Dunkin' butterflies and everything. Yeah, exactly.
Tied around your finger, it gets dirty.
Yeah. And when you throw it down, it's supposed to come right back up to you. Well, these are competition yo-yos. So instead of plastic, they can be plastic, but a lot of times they're machined with metal. They're all made with metal or with titanium and things like that for weight balance. And they're being cut and designed a certain way so that they spin extremely smoothly with no vibration and shaking it. Yeah. And instead of just a stick in the middle of the yo-yo where it comes right back up to you, these things have actual ball bearings in them, like a skateboard wheel would or like anything like that would. And the string goes around the ball bearing, and then basically there's these rubber response pads in there. And whenever you're using it, it'll spin for like 10 minutes or so, but you can't just hit it to come back up to you. You have to cross the string on each other, and you have to basically bind the string on itself on those rubber pads, and then it comes back up to you. So it's made for competition so that people can sit there for 10 minutes or so and just continue to do tricks.
In other words, you could literally throw this thing down, and you've got the long string, you've got it spinning now because you just flung it down there. You can just stand there, and they can spin for 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, some might be less, some may be more.
Unbelievable.
That is crazy.
And then you can't just go to get it to come up.
I've got to literally take the string and wrap it around it and pull the string on itself so it catches in there and it pulls back up on your hand.
So you got to do it fast, I'm assuming.
Yes.
It's unbelievable. You don't see them do it. You don't see it happen.
Martial arts right there, trying to be quick.
Hand-eye coordination.
Maybe we'll find out years from now when he's a champion that they should all start out with yo-yos before they go to taekwondo.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense.
That's hilarious.
Well, it does teach you muscular stuff and feedback, I guess.
Hand-eye coordination, man.
Yeah, that's really cool.
All right, so how many, I guess do y'all call them matches, or what do you call them? How many matches do you do in a year? Is this an all-year thing, or is there a certain time limit like football and baseball are?
All-year thing, every year.
Oh, my gosh. And you have to pick and choose the ones you want?
Yeah,
okay.
So in other words, like right now, like I'm really focused this year, and I'm doing 3 tournaments in the next 2 months. So 2 in February, 1 in March in Florida, and then maybe book a cage fight after that. But typically, it's all year long, and I could pick, let's say I did them all. I could pick and I could go do 20 competitions a year if I wanted to, but a lot of times I'll pick like 5 or 10 and focus on those like really important tournaments to me. You know what I mean? That's what I'm doing now, and I'll go and do those, and then maybe book a cage fight later this year. So
now, is a cage fight different from the others?
Big time. Yeah. So when I say I'm going to a tournament, I'm going to do a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament. So it's grappling, it's chokeholds, arm bars, things like that.
Very disciplined.
Yes, but my personal favorite martial art. So that's what I'm going to do tournaments in, and then after I do good in those 3 tournaments, after March, maybe April or May, I'll go book a cage fight.
And the cage fight's everything.
Every kind of martial art you can name.
Anything you want to throw at them or go after, you can do it.
I can knee them, kick them, elbow them, choke them, break their arm.
That's just not
all
nice.
Kinds of stuff.
I got a buddy that owes me $60. I'm going to get you to go see him.
Be Mr. Bookie?
Yeah.
See, I could not watch my son do that. I would be crying and upset the whole time. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Like,
emotionally, I can't.
He doesn't have a cage fight, but he's got one of your tournaments, I think it's in Gardendale.
Yes, sir.
So I was thinking, Mary and I was thinking, let's go support Nick, Mary said, I don't think I can. I said, well, this is not, I said, it's going to be the cage fighting. She said, I don't care. He's going to be fighting. I went, yeah, well, this is more.
You got to convince her.
Yeah, I will. Convince her. I think I will, and I'll have to
bring some of those.
Bring some of those with me.
She'll watch one match and her whole opinion will change. She'll be hooked and watching.
You think so?
That's probably me too.
I don't know. But she'll sit with your mom.
Yeah, make sure she's all good.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about preparation for these things. Now, if you do that many tournaments, I guess is there a I'm getting in shape for these tournaments as opposed to I'm staying in shape anyway for all year? Do you do anything different? So talk about that a little bit.
So that's a constant thing, and it's almost lifestyle for people that do this. I'm honestly constantly, I'm not perfect, but I'm constantly watching what I eat and trying to eat better things, meats, vegetables, fruits, and not just eat junk food all the time. And do that. And then every day we're working on workouts, muscle workouts, functional workouts, running, swimming, things like that for conditioning a lot of times. And then besides the actual workouts and athleticism and skill set, a lot of times you got to just try. it might be different getting ready and gearing up for 4 pounds. So I'll have to make myself lose 4 pounds, which is no big deal, from running, from training.
Is it because that's a requirement for the act? So they weigh you in before you compete. And if you're overweight or underweight, you can't compete?
If you're underweight, you're okay. But if you're over the weight limit, they'll disqualify you on the spot and you get to leave. Oh, yeah. So my weight class is I'm 170-something pounds right now. My weight class caps out at 168 pounds. So I have to lose like 5 pounds or so that I can wear my gi top with my belt and my pants and everything and weigh under 168 pounds.
Oh, so it's fully, you got to put on everything that
I'm
you're
in the
going to
traditional
go into
jiu-jitsu, just like you see guys. Yeah.
Put in the gi and the belt, and then you got to weigh with that all on.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir. And
wow.
So you asked me preparation. A lot of times I'm lifting a lot of weight and eating a lot of food to be as heavy as I can be so that I feel good and feel healthy.
Are you doing carbs, protein, mixture of both? How are you doing it?
Mixture of both. Definitely more protein than anything. Protein shakes every day, meat, vegetables, stuff like that. Okay. But I'm also overloading on carbs like pasta and bread and things like that just so I can gain the weight and get bigger because I feel healthy when I'm doing that. And then when it's time for me to book a fight or a jiu-jitsu tournament, I have to cut 5 or 10 pounds.
And you can afford to do it at that point.
Exactly, because I've been bulking.
You've been bulking,
exactly.
Wow. That's a lot.
Cage fighting, same thing?
With cage fighting, I'm still going to be watching my diet and watching my weight heavily.
Is there the weight?
The weight cut is way worse for a cage fight. So,
is it really?
Yes, because the weight limits are weird. My weight class is you can either fight at 155 pounds or you can fight at 170 pounds. Now I'm 170 pounds right now. But if I went and fought at 170 pounds, all of those guys, they're cutting down from 190.
Oh, yeah. So you're going to get...
they're going to be huge.
Bigger.
They're going to be huge because when you weigh in for an MMA fight, you're going to have a whole day to rehydrate and to eat. So these guys are going to come in the cage 20 pounds heavier than me. So I have to cut down about 10, 15 pounds to 155 to be able to fight guys that are my size.
Wow.
And
of course, that also means these poor guys that are 160, you're bigger than them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
good. It's the idea.
Yes, that is the idea.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. I never thought about that. I didn't realize the cage fighting thing, that could really be...
Aww.
I'm not a fan of the weight cut. I wish that the sport itself would actually take the weight cut out of the sport. I wish that everybody would be fighting at their natural weight of 170 or 190.
Yeah, but when you're up against somebody way bigger than you, you're at a disadvantage.
That's why you got to cut the weight so that you fight people your size. Because if I was like, hey, I'm not going to cut the weight this time and I'm going to be healthy and I'm going to fight at 170, I might do great. There's people that do that, but I'm going to be fighting somebody that's potentially 10 or 15, 20 pounds heavier than me.
Does that make a big difference?
If your skill level is better than theirs, no. But if your skill level is the same as theirs or similar, it makes a huge difference.
Because the fights that we watched Saturday night, there was a guy, he looked pretty lean, compared to the other guy who looked like he may have let himself go a little bit.
Been a little bit bigger, yeah.
He was a bigger guy, but he got his tail whooped.
Oh, this past weekend fight?
He did get his tail whooped, and I was like, now, whoa, that is wild.
Now, in boxing, reach is a big deal.
Yeah.
You're pretty tall, and you're lanky, and you got pretty long arms and legs. Oh, yeah. Does that hurt you or help you in grappling and all that stuff?
This is a weird answer, but everything is preference. So like every fighter in the world, whether you're short and stocky or you're tall and lanky, you all have your own type of style that you fight in, right? Mm-hmm. That works best for your body type. Okay?
I got you.
And it's all preference on what you think is the best. I personally have a hard time fighting shorter, stockier guys than the longer, lankier guys, but I love being tall because, like you said, my reach is so far. I can be standing far away from somebody and still be able to touch them most of the time, whereas they can't. But those short and stocky guys are not fun to go against, man. They're hard to get a hold of. They're fast. They're hard. Yeah, man.
Got some folks. Miranda says, "Love you, my Nick. Proud of you."
That's my sister.
And then
that's his sister.
Your mom says, "So proud of my baby."
Thank
with
you
hearts.
guys so much.
Aw, that's so sweet. Mom, I don't know how you do it. Hats off to you because my son wanted to, and I said absolutely not.
His mother is beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Physically and internally. That is a beautiful woman.
Thank you very much.
Her heart
I appreciate you.
It's true.
Yeah.
You must
She's
have got
amazing.
the best of both your parents because you are so well-rounded and you're just a good-looking guy, and you're amazing to me.
I
like all
appreciate
that
that
you're
so
doing
much. Thank
is
you guys.
I mean, I wish my son. I'm like, hey, can you get up and go to work? can you get up?
You can't slow this
Can
one
you
down.
not sleep till 3 today? You know.
How old's your son?
I don't want to tell you. He's 25.
Oh, he's mine. Oh, come on, man.
Get it together.
That's funny, man. No, I appreciate you guys a lot. That means a lot to me. I try my best, and I would not be anywhere I am today without my parents, like you guys said.
She says it's hard. She says it is hard to watch. I bet. And I think the more I talk about it, I think I would like to come watch you fight, but I don't want to come watch you and you be like, I have to show out and then lose. I don't want the pressure on me too much.
Don't get me wrong, it's nerve-wracking, but I've been doing this long enough now where that kind of thing, extra people showing up doesn't bother me.
He focuses on what he's doing.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. And that's hard to do, I think.
Well, it was extremely nerve-wracking for the first few. I mean, man, the first few years for a cage fight or a jiu-jitsu tournament, I was nervous, man. Couldn't even sleep the night before, and everything's crazy until you go on the mat to fight, and then everything goes out the window, and you're good and you're calm. But now like, don't get me wrong, there's nerves, but I'm able to take a deep breath and like know what I'm supposed to go do and not let it override
and just do it.
Does your coach go with you, and they're in like when the bell rings or whatever or buzzer, they say, okay, you got to do this, you got to do that. So you
typically I'll go out there and the bell will ring and we'll start fighting, and he's kind of gonna let the fight, like he'll tell me, like be first, attack first or whatever, and then we start going, and then when it kind of gets into the mix, he'll start giving me advice like,
gotcha.
Move your leg out of there, turn around, go hard, things like that.
Can you hear him when he's saying that stuff?
It takes experience, because the first time when you're super nervous, you can't hear anybody.
No.
Yes, nobody. But
all you hear what's in your head.
Exactly. But now that I've done it enough times, when I'm sitting there, I'm paying attention and waiting to hear what he's telling me and stuff. And also, my coach is not everybody is necessarily gonna be the loudest. My coach is he's
loud.
Well, tell us about a little bit now. What's the gym again where you study?
So it's Gracie Baja Pelham. Gracie Baja Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Pelham.
We have judo programs. We have jiu-jitsu programs for kids ages 3 all the way up to my age and up to 70-year-old, 80-year-old people. We have Muay Thai striking programs. We have mixed martial arts cage fighting programs. We have personal training workout programs. Wow. We have a physical therapist up there to help people rehabilitate and work on injuries. We have a nutritional shop with smoothies and supplements and all kinds of things like that. And we do all kinds of stuff, and we are constantly growing.
And you're
Where
up
is
there.
it?
They're located right there by the bowling alley, right?
The O Mountain Lanes in Pelham. Right below them, there's a building strip that my boss owns, and we are in the very last building or store spot on the building right there.
So you've talked to me a little bit about, you've got some pretty outstanding dudes that are working as your coaches and the trainers. Tell us a little bit about some of the staff there, because they sound amazing.
Yeah.
So my boss and my professor, Khalifa Oliveira, he is a 9-time world medalist when it comes to judo and jiu-jitsu. Wow. So very high-level competitor.
Wow.
Both of his kids are national champion wrestlers, and they're both wrestling in college, doing freestyle wrestling, stuff like that at a very high level. And my coach itself, like I said, he comes from the Gracies and things like that. So I, am in contact. Like, there's a lot of connections to those people and those traditions and things in my gym, right? Because he comes from that. And then because of him, he's probably, I want to say, maybe 35, 36. My other coaches that I have that are world champions are my age. So I have 2 coaches or 3 coaches that are 24, 25, and 27, I want to say. And they're all world champions in jiu-jitsu. And they are who train me mainly in jiu-jitsu every day, who I get to train with. And even when, people aren't necessarily there, I get to go over there and pick their brains and train with them and drill and work on stuff and things like that.
How does a world champion end up in Pelham, Alabama?
That's a crazy thing, and I really don't have an explanation for that other than my boss.
A world champion
I was going to say,
Pelham,
does a world
Alabama
champion tend to draw other higher, because they can train under?
That's why.
So your boss, since he's so high standing as a champion, other people want to work under him or with him, right?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So that's good. It draws more and more talent.
There's super high. There's a big community at my gym as far as those kind of coaches, Mr. Dollar Bill. We have Khalifa, my boss. We have Professor Daniel, my main coach, Professor Jonathan, and Professor Carol. And then we have Coach John.
Is Carol a girl?
Carol is a girl. She's a world champion.
Is she really?
Yes.
What?
Yes. And then Coach John, who I want to talk about. Coach John is one of my main coaches as well, and he's with the U.S. Marshals, man. So we have a lot of U.S. Marshals and law enforcement and people like that in our gym that are always training, and so they do a lot to help those kind of guys in that community and everything. But just outstanding community of people from all different walks of life in my gym for all different kinds of goals.
Do you know Tim Alexander from Montevallo?
That name sounds really familiar.
Yeah, he was a policeman there for many years. He was the police chief of the University of Montevallo. He's a federal marshal.
Wow, okay,
in
man,
Birmingham.
awesome. Really?
So I wonder if he comes.
Yeah, I wonder if I've ever seen him in
huge
there.
Black guy.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
Maybe
he's 6
so.
feet tall, but he's 8 feet wide.
Really?
He's
If I saw a picture, I might have seen him in there training with all
He's-
those guys.
And
yeah.
the nicest human being on the face
You
of the
never
earth.
meet, yeah, man. That's normally
He
how it
really
goes.
is, but I wouldn't want to fight him.
Yeah, probably
I mean, I'm
not.
serious.
Yeah, no.
He's one of those guys, nicest human being, got a great family. He and I are in the FOP together. We've been friends for 30 years.
Wow, man, awesome.
But I wouldn't want to mess with. I wouldn't want him
for
mad.
sure.
Let me put it this way: he's the nicest guy in the world. I wouldn't want him mad at me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want you mad at me.
You got some more folks that are joining us. Your grandmother is watching.
Oh,
She
gosh.
says, "Way to go, Nick."
Hey there, Grandma.
And Holland Wood says, "Way to go, Nick." I love it. Your mom is Michelle. Your
Yes,
sister
ma'am.
is Miranda, and your grandmother is Martha. All
ma'am.
three M's.
All M's.
Yeah. I
That's
love
so
it.
awesome. Thank you guys for joining in.
Yeah,
thank you.
appreciate y'all watching and listening. This has just been so entertaining. I love it. I mean,
appreciate
I'm
it a
just
lot.
I'm finding out so much more. And the first time you told your mom and dad, I think I want to try MMA. Did they amuse you a little bit and they said, just kind of humor you and say, okay, yeah, thinking you wouldn't really want to do it, or did they immediately shut it down and say no?
I kind of snuck my foot in the door because, first off, my parents have always been the kind of parents that give me my freedom and they've let me do what I want to do. Whatever sport I wanted to play as a kid, they let me do it. If I wanted to switch, they let me do it. They've always kind of let me go the direction I wanted to go. And they're not the parents that are going to be like, no, you're not doing this, unless it was just not right for me, But I kind of snuck my foot in the door because I had left I was at my old job. I had gone to start training at the gym that I currently work at. When I went to go start training there, I loved it. I fell in love with the jiu-jitsu side of it. And they weren't really that worried about that. Grappling, it's still dangerous, but no big deal.
Right.
Well, then after a while of training, I wound up leaving my job and I wound up trying to get a job here at this gym, and now I work there. And then after a while, I wound up getting into the MMA training, and then I kind of just trained under the radar until I told them that, hey, I'm looking at booking a cage fight this year. I'm going
That
to
is
work
what my
toward
son
it.
would do. Yeah.
And I kind of just snuck my foot in the door, and they kind of just had to live with it.
Now, did
And
you wrestle in high school?
I actually did not.
didn't?
I
Okay.
always wanted to play football and wrestle, but my school didn't offer wrestling. And then as far as football, my dad didn't want me to play football as a kid because of the concussions, which is funny because look what I'm doing
look
now.
at you
But,
now, yeah.
but yeah, no. So I never got to wrestle growing up. I always liked to watch wrestling and things like that, and did it in my free time with my friends and stuff, but never competitively.
Okay. All
Isn't that
right.
amazing?
Well, you have been a joy. Thank you
Thank
so
you guys
much
so
for
much.
coming on. I'm serious. You're coming back with the yo-yos. And I was hoping you've got some. Have you won any? Do y'all do belts or what is it? Do you have any of those?
In which sport? Jiu-jitsu?
Any
or
of them? So you have belts when you win?
Yeah, so I recently got awarded my purple belt in jiu-jitsu. So like you all wear belts when you're training. You're white belt, blue, purple, brown, and then you go to black belt. And I recently got my purple belt in jiu-jitsu, which was a really, really big deal for me and for the gym and everything. And I was pumped about
great.
that. And then when you go to these tournaments and stuff, a lot of times you'll win medals or you'll win belts in tournaments. The best I've done so far, I got third place at the last tournament I went to, and it was the biggest one I've ever been to. So it was the hardest one, so I got third, and I was very happy with that.
I
and very
guess
excited.
so. That's exciting. Yeah.
Got my medal and everything. Girlfriend was with me to support and all that stuff, so a lot of fun. And then when you win a cage fight, you just win. It'll be on your record, you'll get wins. But as you work your way up in the record and you go to beat like a champion, you win the championship belt and you have a belt. And then it's other
okay.
cage fighters' jobs to come and try to take that belt from you.
Yeah, there
Oh,
you go.
you have to turn it over?
So if I win a championship belt and I'm the champion, my next fight, I'm the champion, right? They're trying to fight me to take that belt and be champion. So that's the whole thing, yeah.
You lose, you give them the belt. That's amazing.
Well, that's being an Indian here.
And I just want to say, sometimes I feel conceited talking about myself, and it's almost funny, but I really do appreciate you guys having me on this morning and
we
talking
love
to me.
it.
I've
When
enjoyed it so much.
Fascinating, Nick.
He had told me about you before. Said you were like the yo-yo kid. And I was like, okay. He didn't tell me until yesterday. He said, remember the boy that does the yo-yo? The young guy that does the yo-yo? He also does MMA and stuff like that.
Really?
He goes, I would like to have him on the show. I said, bring him. I would love it.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
especially
appreciate
because
you
I
guys so
just
much.
watched
That
that
fight over the
fight
weekend,
and
yeah.
then the movie. And I'm going to reference back to the movie because that's all I know of this fighter was what I
Get
saw
him
in
to
that
go watch
movie.
it.
You need to watch it. But this guy guy, Mark Kerr, he was one of the most even-tempered, soft-spoken men you would.
Gentle giant.
You had to push some massive buttons to get him to
that point,
to lose his temper. And the way he talked to people, he would just talk like
Calm
this and very calm, and he would explain stuff, and but you got, and it showed in the movie a fight that he had where a guy got really hurt. Yeah. And he was feeling bad about it. He was like standing there going, is he okay? Is he going to be okay? And then when the guy got up, he hugged him and he was like, I hope you're all right. And I was just like, that is so interesting that you can hug somebody and not want to hurt them, but you want to hurt them.
A lot of times in the mixed martial arts community and all those kind of people, first off, if they lose their temper and they hurt you, they're probably going to get in trouble, you know what I mean, and things like that. So there's that. And then also, like I tell my parents and like I told y'all, it's blood, sweat, and tears and honor and respect for the other man, and may the best man win. And when you go out there, even though we're trying to kill each other and trying to hurt each other, when we're done, it's just a sport and we're just opponents. We're not enemies, and so I like to get up and shake my opponent's hand and be cool, and you can be friends afterwards and everything. But yeah, that's normally how it goes.
By the way, he has to be that way because his girlfriend is also ripped. She's hot as a firecracker. She is ripped, and he can't make her mad either.
Now, what's your girlfriend's name?
My girlfriend's name is Gracie, just like my gym.
Gracie, okay. And you met her at the gym, I'm assuming?
I met her at the gym.
Of course you did,
yes, I did.
And she works out just as hard. Can she match you spar for spar?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. She works out every day just as hard as me, and then she actually wrestled in high school and did very, very good at it.
What?
Yo, he showed me a video of her, and she was so dominating over this other girl. It was almost like, that's pitiful. That's sad.
And she actually, in my opinion, she has the potential to go be a bodybuilder right now if she wants to. She works out so hard in the gym every day and does things like that. She kickboxed for a long time, so. But yeah, awesome stuff, man.
Oh, Mary, she just said one of the greatest kids she knows.
My wife, Mary.
Yeah. Yep.
Thank you so much, Mary.
All right, it's 8:29. We're going to take a break. Thank you again so much for coming on. I have totally enjoyed it. I really was, was like, okay, we'll probably talk to him about 30 minutes. We've been here an hour. This has been so fun.
Isn't it?
Yes, it's been so fun. Thank you so much.
Of course,
and
thank y'all.
Thank you to your family for watching and listening today too.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're just going to cut up some more, so y'all stay with us. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Therese, Dollar Bill, and Nick.
Thank you, guys.
Broadcasting live from the Clayton Tractor Studios. We'll be right back.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs, all conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
Are you tired of big box stores where you're just another number? You deserve better. Furniture that's built to last from people who treat you like family. At Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, we do things differently. As an employee-owned company, we take pride in personal service. We'll listen to what you need and help you find the perfect piece for your home from trusted, top-notch name brand. Whether it's a cozy sofa for movie nights, a dining set built for real life, or a recliner that melts the stress away, we've got you covered. Don't settle for less. Experience the difference at Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, where you're not just a customer, you're family. We are back. The time is 8:35. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Therese Dollarbill and our guest, Nick Stamps. He has been quite entertaining. Bye, Andy.
Bye, Andy.
We've been having a ball with this young man today. For those of you who missed it, this young guy started being a yo-yo expert and became a champion at a very young age, and now he's into all kinds of martial arts and MMA and
cage fighting. And
he's a realtor on the side, which
that
boggles my mind.
Yeah, I know.
and I'm a realtor. Look, I was telling Baden this morning, I'm one of those people that if you give me a paper and say, read this and then go do that. I'm going to say no, because I can't. You have to show me. I got to have hands on. I have to see you do it. I have to sit and do it myself, and then I can do it, and we're good. So I was taking some real estate classes online, and I failed miserably at it. I could not do it. I read. I'm even a speed reader, but I could not. I didn't understand what I was reading. I didn't understand any of it. I couldn't ask any questions. I couldn't anything, and I was like, I can't finish this. I really need to go and do this so that I can be take night classes or something. So I ended up, my friend was a broker, and I ended up just giving him his money back for sending me to real estate school because I couldn't do the online classes. So the fact that you are 23 and you're a realtor is amazing to me because I couldn't do it.
It's a whole nother world, and I am so blessed and lucky because my dad, Nathan Stamps, has done real estate for 40 years, my whole life. So
you already kind of knew a little bit about it.
Yeah, I was telling him out there, I've been getting thrown in the truck to go to listings and meetings and stuff for real estate since I was 3 years old, you know what I mean? So I have that aspect of already knowing a lot just from prior knowledge, being around it my whole life, which helps because it really is a whole nother world of information that you would not have a clue about if you don't ever do that stuff.
And it changes too.
Yeah, constantly.
His dad, Nathan, was our realtor who sold us our first house.
Yeah.
28 years ago. That's why we've got Nick helping us sell our house now.
Amazing.
Isn't that awesome, man?
I love
He's
it.
selling the house his dad sold us 28 years ago.
Wow, that's so neat. I love it. That
That's why
just
I'm
came
so
full
excited.
circle. Davis says, strong arm heart.
That's my cousin.
That's
awesome.
your cousin. Thanks for watching, David. So I wanted to tell you, we're talking about you being so amazing and wonderful, starting from a young age. There's a young boy. His name is Jude Owens, and he is the Guinness World Record holder for the table sport of snooker. It is kind of like pool. They have a different type of pockets on it. He sunk 2 very difficult trick shots, become the youngest person ever to pot 2 balls in 2 different pockets with 1 cue ball.
Wow.
How old is he?
2.
You're lying.
I'm not.
2 years old.
2 years old.
I was still trying not to poop my pants. That
I'm
was
not
my
saying
skill.
he doesn't wear
That was
pull-up.
a skill I was working on to try not to poop my pants.
Yeah.
That was my skill I was working on, and he can do that kind of trick
He's
shot.
from
He's already got a
Manchester,
Guinness World
England.
Record.
Yeah, he's
That's
from Manchester,
insane.
England. And his parents said he's been showing amazing aptitude for the game since the first time he picked up a stick.
Wow.
He has already mastered techniques that even adults struggle with, according to Guinness Book of World Records.
That is amazing.
The only issue is that he has to stand on a stool to do it.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
I would assume so.
And I was trying not to push his stool at that age.
He is the youngest person to secure a snooker sponsorship, and he made a special walkout appearance at the 2025 UK Snooker Championship. That is
way. Yeah,
wild
that's
to
awesome,
me.
man.
He didn't do a walkout. He toddled out.
He toddled out. That's exactly it. 2 years old.
2
That's
years
hilarious,
old.
man.
That's amazing. You know, some people are just born with some kind of aptitude. You know, musical geniuses and all that stuff. It's
Born with
amazing.
I ate dirt, so I was out there making mud pies and eating
Yeah, I
it
was out there picking up
and
rocks.
thinking it was a great idea. So, I can't.
That's amazing.
It is, isn't
2
it?
years old.
It's wild to me. Have you? Okay, Sunday is Groundhog Day.
No, is it? That's
February
true.
1st. Yep. Today's
know
my
that.
daughter's birthday. She turned 37, and tomorrow
Auburn.
is the 31st. Yep, Auburn, my baby. And so Sunday is Groundhog Day. But you know what the Birmingham Zoo is going to do this year?
No.
They're not using a groundhog this
Really?
year. They're giving. They're calling
What was his name?
him
Birmingham Bill. was
Birmingham Bill.
Yeah.
They're giving him the day off. Instead,
Yes.
they are going to use Virginia possum, Birmingham Jill.
A possum.
A possum.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not much to say about that.
Actually,
Yeah.
the Groundhog Day is on the 2nd. They're just on February 1st. The zoo is going to use the possum to give her forecast the day before at 10 a.m. You can go to the zoo and watch her do that to see if you get 6 more weeks.
Possum.
A possum.
Okay. Well, you know, I
can't. I saw that and I was like,
come
this
on,
is
man.
one of the craziest stories I've ever. Her name is
Jill.
Birmingham Jill.
Birmingham Jill.
Jill.
Couldn't have been Birmingham Betty. Birmingham Brunhilde.
I guess they wanted it to rhyme with Bill. I don't know.
Why
Oh,
are
yeah,
we,
maybe
why
so.
are we using a possum?
I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I don't understand why we're
Has-
using a possum.
has the
I guess the
groundhog
groundhog passed away or something.
or got mad.
You said giving him the day off. That's
That's
his
what
only
they
day.
said. I know.
That's his
what,
only day. What
That's
do you
what
mean?
all the comments were. They were like, he needs a day off from the only day he works.
Right, yeah. And it's even not the day he works. It's the day before.
It's the day before. Yeah.
Birmingham Zoo makes
He was
no
already
sense.
off.
in the late 80s, they decided it would be a good idea. I was working, at ZZK, and I was doing the voice work at Fox 6. So they thought it'd be funny to send me to the Birmingham Zoo at 4:30 one morning. And I got on Fox 6. I had this huge black guy was our cameraman. I forgot his name now. Nicest guy in the world. 6'7", monster boy. And he was wonderful. And he was out there with me. He had his camera, big Fox 6 TV camera, And I was out there cold and
grumpy.
Not in the warm studio. And it was about 4:30. About 5 o'clock, we're getting ready to go on live with Channel 6 and see what the Birmingham Bill was going to tell us. And out comes this worker from the zoo with this bundle of fur or whatever in a net.
In a net?
Yeah, he had him in a net.
He wasn't holding him?
No, he's holding him in a net. I mean, the thing was sleeping. It was cold. It was balled up and just happy as a lark sleeping.
Oh, well,
as a matter of fact, I didn't realize that by bringing him out and dumping him on the ground and kind of poking him to wake him up would not make Birmingham Bill happy.
Oh, gosh.
I don't imagine so.
Oh, no.
So I'm standing there with my microphone like this. And I'm saying, okay, well, it's, they came to me and I go, hey, it's 5 o'clock. Let's see what Birmingham Bill, if he wakes up and walks around, I guess that means he's happy, but that means we'll have spring early. But if he sees his shadow, he'll go back in whatever. They poke him. He just curled up. Not very good for TV, right?
No, not
He's
at
just
all.
curled up sleeping. So he pokes him again. And Birmingham Bill finally kind of wakes up and looks, and I said, oh, let's see if he's going to go back to sleep. And he looks at me and he goes, I got to put my mic down because
Oh, Lord.
he goes, starts and comes at me. And I'm, whoa, and I'm bumping Birmingham Bill with my mic trying to keep him. So then Birmingham Bill decides I'm not the culprit. It's that big guy with a camera. Now this guy's 6'7".
Did he squeal?
And now all they see on 6 is the camera bouncing because this thing's trying to eat his ankles up.
It's like a little chihuahua.
Like a chihuahua. So we decided Birmingham Bill was not happy. And perhaps we were going to have, 6 more weeks of winter.
Yeah.
Bill.
It was a mess that morning. And of course, I was never asked to come do it again, and they never did it again. That may be one of the things here. I mean,
How long ago was that?
Oh God,
Years.
late 80s.
Wow, okay.
Yeah,
man,
like
that's
87 or
hilarious.
something. 80 was way back.
Oh my gosh.
But me and the cameraman never had to go back out at dawn at the Birmingham Zoo after that again on Groundhog Day. But maybe possums are sweeter.
Maybe. I don't know.
Although I don't know.
They hiss at you, I think.
They
don't
will
they?
hiss instead of it'll be trying to get you.
The visual is too much. If you're just listening
Yeah.
on the radio,
They
I'm
don't do
so
it justice.
sorry. You are going to have to come back and watch this later on either the Facebook live stream or our YouTube at Piper Peach Media, because that was classic right there. Kelly says, Nick, with exclamation points and hearts. Let's see, Helen Massey says, way to go, Nick. And your grandma says, hey, Nick, Papa is watching.
That is my grandfather, my cousin, and my Aunt Kelly.
Oh, my goodness. The
What's
whole
up, guys?
family.
Yeah,
That's
yes.
Michelle's mom and dad.
Yes, it
Is
is.
this your radio debut?
I guess so,
Your
yeah.
radio and
Everybody's coming in to
live
support.
stream debut. All right, it is 8:46. We're going to take another break. This will be the last one we take before we sign off for the day. So y'all stay with us. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Therese, Dollar Bill, and Nick broadcasting live from the Clinton Track Studio. We'll be right back.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you. whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984.
Shift changes.
Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
We are back. It is 8:51. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Therese Dollar Bill and our guest Nick Stamps has been entertaining us. I've had a great time. It's been a good morning, a good show for sure.
It's going to be a good day, but we just want to remind you
it's
going to be really bad tonight and tomorrow, probably, as far as the cold. You know, right now it's beautiful. It is cold, but clouds are coming in. There's a good chance tonight the wind's going to pick way up. They're saying gust up to 30 miles an hour tonight and early tomorrow. It's going to be very blustery. Tonight's low is going down to like 15, 16 degrees. Wind chill will make it way below zero. And tomorrow is going to be pretty rough, and we could see snow. So the good news is if it's that cold, we get snow, we don't get ice that bad. So hopefully we'll have some snow. You can drive around in it, maybe whatever. Just be careful. Get your milk and bread.
Or don't. You should still have plenty left over from last week.
I know, but when they say more snow, you got to get more bread and milk.
Well, I'm good now. I paid $7 and some change for some organic milk because that's all they had.
Yeah, because they got all the other stuff goes first.
All the eggs, all the bread. I got the last loaf of bread, and it was kind of squished, but I got it anyway because I had to have it.
I saw a funny video of a guy that says, hello, I'm so-and-so. I live in the South. Let me show you what I eat for when there's a snowflake in the air. And he had 2 pieces of loaf bread. He poured milk on it and cut it up and ate it.
So do you guys like the snow? Are you guys excited or don't want it?
I'm okay with it. I don't. If it snows, I just don't want to be hindered in any way. I don't want it to be like what it was up North Alabama and into Tennessee where they lost power. I think some of them still don't have power. The roads are terrible. It's causing all kinds of accidents on the road and things like that. So I don't want that part. As long as it's pretty and we can still travel, I'm fine. Yeah.
So I'm old. What do you think I think about snow? I don't want it.
You're supposed to like it, man.
Here's the deal with snow. As long as I've got provisions, as long as I've got heat, I want to keep my electricity on, but I've got some provisions if I don't, but I don't like it if it's like an ice storm. Where you're not going to have lights for a week and no heat and you can't go anywhere. If it's snow, it's pretty, I don't care.
I tell hubby I don't want to be inconvenienced in any way. Yeah.
You and Mary aren't going to walk outside and get the snowballs and stuff.
Oh, no. At our age now, we can't go outside and walk comfortably when it's dry. And with our hips and legs and backs, snow or ice is scary for us. So yeah, as long as I got a bourbon and something to eat,
you'll be good.
I'm pretty good.
Make it through. Yeah. Okay. I hear you, man. I hope it
my
snows.
Comforts. Yeah, I like snow. It's really pretty, and it's very comforting to just be able to stand in a window and look out and see
outside,
it and it's pretty. As long as you don't have to do much.
Yeah, I agree.
But when I was young, I loved snow.
The perfect amount of snow is when it snows just enough where they close your work and school for the day, but enough where you can go outside
and still play.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and get around.
Yeah,
exactly.
You want to be able to, enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
What we had last week, or what they had last week, really wasn't that enjoyable. Some people did. They got on the sleds.
But did you see like Nashville and places where the ice storm was so bad, trees were exploding. Yep. Some places still don't have power, and that's been like a little over a week, and that's tough. And if you're old or you got health problems or you got to have equipment you got to have life-saving. You're out of luck.
Unless you don't have a generator or heaters or gas-powered heaters, stuff like that.
I'm such a tightwad. My wife sent me out last week to get a generator when we thought we might get something. So I went out to get a generator, and I started looking at Harbor Freight and places for cheap generators because I'm tight. And I didn't see anything that I just wanted to spend $300, $500, whatever dollars for. So I came back, and she said, "Did you get us one?" I said, "I got you something better." She said, "What?" And it's a Coleman camp stove and a bottle of propane. She said, "How's that going to keep us warm?" I said, "Well, we can bring it in. We can use it in the kitchen, and it's got a burner, and it'll warm the room." She was, "You've lost your mind."
I told hubby, I was like, "Yeah, we need to go and get a generator and a propane heater because the generator would just run the refrigerator or, maybe keep our phones powered up.
Yeah.
Or the heater or heating system going.
And the propane heater would keep me warm. And he was like, "Well, let's just play it by ear before we go out."
He's like me. He's the type one.
Sure enough, we didn't need it. So we didn't go buy it. But
well, our camp stove is still in the box.
He was like, "We're not going to go and drop, $500 on a generator that we might not even use." But, we might need it sometime.
My old house that Nick's selling has gas cooktop, gas logs in the fireplace, gas heat and air, and gas hot water heater. So I couldn't always run the air conditioner heater because no electricity for the blowers. So that didn't help. But I could cook on the stove. I could fire up the logs in the fireplace, and I could always go sit in a hot shower.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, I can't do that in the house I'm in now. There's no gas much. I do have gas logs. But that's it.
And you have gas
I got
water?
gas heating and air. I mean, yeah, gas heat and gas hot water. So I can take a hot shower and stand by the pitiful little gas logs in our fireplace, but that's it.
That's it, huh?
So
well,
I
that's
got
better than us. We're
I
all
got the
electric.
camp stove. I can cook. I can boil Hormel chili.
There you go.
Or
That's
something.
awesome, yeah.
Or boil an egg.
I guess with you being your age, I guess the biggest thing for you that you've seen has been in 2014 where it was Snowmageddon, I guess.
Yeah, actually, yeah. It took me like 7 hours to get home from
us
school in
9.
Pelham that day back to Montevallo, and then we were, I was young. I don't remember how long we were stuck, but we were stuck for a little while, But
How old were you think about then?
if I'm guessing, I was probably like 7 or 8
7 or 8.
years old,
Yeah, you were like second grade, third grade.
2014, 12 years
Little
ago.
one.
I was stuck in
Yeah,
the
11.
radio station for a week.
No way.
Yeah, well, we had to go in the day before in case, and it happened. It came in and caught them by surprise, and but they always said if there was going to be any chance of snow or whatever, you pack up an overnight bag and you stayed in the radio station.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah, and you had to sleep on the floor in an office, and they would sometimes try to bring you food in. Well, that turned out to be a nightmare. There was 4 or 5 radio stations. It was the Bull, Magic 96, the Q, 103.7, the Q, ERC Talk Radio, maybe one other one, Hallelujah. Anyway, we're all stuck together in this office building on one floor. And after the third day of people being in there, we were about to kill each
About
other.
ready to get
we
out,
all
yeah.
stunk because there's no showers or regular
wow.
your bathroom,
Yeah.
but you can wash on the sink or whatever. But no privacy. You slept on the floor, same clothes. Then we brought food in, but there was no way to take the garbage out.
Oh.
So all this food sitting in trash cans in the same room.
It's just food y'all already had in there,
Not
like probably
fun.
snacks and stuff.
Yeah, well, they brought in loaves of bread and cheap things of lunch meat and a big thing of mustard and ketchup and mayo, and yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, that
it was
sounds crazy.
awful.
A full week, man.
Yeah, we were in there about 5 days, and one girl got so disgusted. Well, Madison got so mad about having to stay with us and being one of the few women. It was mostly guys. She finally got in her truck and tried to leave. And we were up on Red Mountain.
Oh, no.
She
Oh, no.
pinballed off 6 cars, damaged her truck. Just started sliding and just started hitting cars until she hit Valley Avenue. And, she left, and we watched her slowly leave through the windows, go down, start down the hill, and we didn't see anything after that because she's out of sight.
Oh, my
About an hour later, she comes walking in. Her truck's still down on Valley Avenue, beat up. She'd hit 5 cars that were parked and stranded. And
You think insurance even helps you on something like that?
do what?
You think insurance even helps you on
No,
something like that?
I don't think. Well, I don't know. The roads were closed, and they say if the roads are closed and you still drive, you're on your own.
It's your fault, yeah.
But I think she got insurance on. I think what it did is it took
terrible.
care of the other cars she hit,
Yeah.
but didn't take care of her
Hers.
truck.
So
She came back and then had to spend another full, night with everybody that she
Doing
hated.
that, oh
and,
my
and then was
gosh.
embarrassed because she got mad having to stay with us and went off to leave and
She
then had to
was so
come
mad.
back in all beat up.
This was not, snow, but I got mad at the radio station. I got mad at Adam and John 'cause they were just being jerks that day. And I had my little juke, and the driveway to the radio station it kind of goes up a hill. And I went to try to peel out or whatever.
Oh, you going to show them how mad you were?
Yeah, and my car went skeet. Hit some gravel, and then I kind of fishtailed a little bit and had to drive out, and then I felt stupid because all they did was laugh at me because I did not peel out. It was like, they were like, you really thought you were going to peel
You're not
out
letting
that
peel-
little
you
bit
didn't even
and
spray any
roller
gravel
skate up
on
a
them or
car?
anything.
Yeah, I think one pebble came out from underneath the car.
Popped up.
That's like the guy that got real mad at our boss one day, and he was so mad. He was hollering at him and screaming, and so he quit. He said, I quit, and he cussed him out. It was a bad way to end it, and he stomped out that bit and slammed the door, that final, I'll show you, you're a piece of blah, 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 bam, and he left. And we were all like, ooh, that was something. 15 minutes later, he came in and went, I left my keys on you.
No, you did
I left my
not.
keys on your desk.
No, you did not.
He had to get his car keys. Yeah, he went out to the truck or his car and realized, oh man, the keys are in
That
back
was the
in
most
the.
demoralizing moment
Yeah,
ever.
yeah.
Oh my god.
So he sat out there and fumed for like 15 minutes, not knowing what to do. He said he even thought about just calling his wife to come
Drive
bring him.
over, that's hilarious.
Leave the keys. But he had to come back in.
Hey,
I left my keys in.
That's hilarious.
That's funny, man.
All right, it's 9:01. That's going to do it for us today.
Oh.
Thank you so much again.
Thank you guys
I
so much.
totally
I've had a
enjoyed
great
this.
time.
Nick Stamps, I guess you're a professional yo-yoer, or, but also MMA, cage fighting, all the other stuff too. It's just amazing, and realtor. So if you need your house sold,
need a house sold.
give him a call.
I'm going to tell
Or need
people,
this
say,
guy's
who's your
house.
realtor at my house? I go, Spider-Man.
All right, y'all have a great weekend. Be safe out there. Stay warm. Bring in those pets. Check on the elderly, all that good stuff.
Yes.
And we'll see you on Monday.
Be safe.
Y'all have a great one.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
I hear the train a-comin', it's rolling around a bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison,